Smackdown has a pretty big new storyline going on with Jade Cargill that could be set to change everything and even include some betrayals. So let's dive deep into this Jade Cargill situation on Smackdown, because this is something that had everyone buzzing. So while in the middle of Bianca Belair's United States tournament match, the camera goes on backstage to show Jade Cargill fully taken out on top of a car backstage. After having a moment of conflict between deciding if she would stay in the match or go check on Jade, Bianca Belair decided to abandon the match and go check on her partner backstage. So Bianca does the honorable thing here. She puts Jade Cargill's well-being ahead of her own aspirations for the United States title and goes to check on her. Gotta respect and honor that. Bianca later jumps in the ambulance with Jade Cargill, while Bayley, Naomi, and a few concerned others looked on. Now the big question here is obviously, who attacked Jade Cargill? That's what everyone wants to know. And maybe the attack was right there when Jade Cargill was getting loaded into the ambulance. The predictable answer is the Heels women's team of War Games. They want you to assume that it was just Nia Jax and Liv Morgan who collaborated with each other with this effort at taking out Jade Cargill. Even on this same edition of SmackDown, they did not waste any time of showing Nick Aldis confronting Nia Jax for the attack on Jade. And even though Nia Jax is a heel that cannot be trusted and is always up to something, this is the kind of rare situation where a heel character will swear that they had nothing to do with the situation, and a majority of the time, they're telling the truth. Nia Jax swears the takedown of Jade Cargill was not her or anyone in her camp. And it just feels like Nia Jax is telling the truth here. When it comes to backstage attacks like these, a heel character will confront you head on backstage and let you know that it's them attacking you. They want the credit. They want you to know it was them behind everything. But when someone gets mysteriously attacked from behind backstage and no one knows who did it, that's usually when the attacker is revealed to actually be a babyface and someone that the victim trusted or at least was friendly with. So Jade Cargill's entire ambush attack and the way it went down just screams that it was one of her friends that actually did it. So the entire heel women's War Games team is actually in the clear here. None of them seem responsible for the attack. The top suspects are literally all babyfaces, starting with Bayley. The heels don't really gain much from Jade Cargill not being in the match, but the one who does have a lot to gain from Jade's removal is Bayley. Considering that Io Sky came out to save Bayley and how Bayley was in the middle of the War Games setup brawl, it appears safe to assume that Bayley will be replacing Jade Cargill in War Games. So the fact that Bayley literally took Jade Cargill's spot, that's going to make her look a little suspicious here, since she did benefit the most from Jade's injury and attack. However, it seems a little unlikely that it would be Bayley. Bayley just turned babyface earlier this year after nearly a 5-year run as a heel. So it does not make that much sense for Bayley to revert so quickly into being a heel again. So for that reason, it just seems like Bayley won't be the one behind the attack. The second suspect is Naomi. Naomi makes a lot more sense than Bayley to be behind the attack. Naomi is a longtime close friend to Jade Cargill. Those two have been hanging out with each other long before Jade even signed with WWE. So is it a jealousy thing there? Naomi and Jade Cargill both arrived in the WWE scene during the 2024 Royal Rumble. Naomi was returning after being away for several years, and Jade was making her big debut. And in these last 11 months, you can argue that Jade Cargill has had a better year than Naomi in WWE. Jade Cargill won the tag team titles multiple times. She's defending the gold all over the world. Jade was even the one who picked up the pinfall at WrestleMania 40, and now Jade Cargill was set to be a part of the annual War Games match as well. So was it a thing where Naomi's jealousy just reached a boiling point with Jade Cargill, and she wanted to do something to just throw Jade off the great path she's on? Maybe it's very likely. Think back to those segments from a few months ago where Naomi literally asked Bianca and Jade if she can touch and put her hands on the tag team titles. It's been years since Naomi held those titles, and even longer since she held a WWE singles title. So is this championship drought really getting to Naomi's head? so much that it's making her betray her close friends. A Naomi heel turn is something that hasn't been seen in WWE since 2015 during the Team Bad era, but after the group disbanded, Naomi has been nothing but a babyface ever since. So you're talking a literal decade since we've seen a heel version of Naomi in WWE. Maybe it's long overdue that Naomi taps back into the heel side and see what she can get done there. WWE was teasing some attitude changes for Naomi a few months back, especially when she lost the #1 contenders match to Bayley. You can definitely see some gears turning in Naomi's head for a bit after that big loss, but she eventually cooled down and did not end up doing anything there after all. So is it Naomi that's sneaking around and attacked Jade Cargill from behind? Naomi even posted an interesting tweet that could have some heavy story implications later on. Naomi tweeted at Jade Cargill that she needed her hospital room number because the front desk was not allowing her to come see Jade, and said visits were only for family only. Of course, Jade Cargill is not in any hospital room in actuality, so that post is directly involved with the story. Maybe Jade Cargill has her suspicions, and that's why she personally shut down all those outside hospital visits from non-family members. Even the WWE fans were confronting and interrogating Naomi online about her whereabouts during the Jade Cargill attack. When someone asked where she was during the attack, Naomi claims that she was changing her sneakers backstage at the time. Then, one fan said that Naomi is innocent and had nothing to do with it. Naomi quoted the post and thanked the fan for believing that. Naomi swears it was not her behind the attack, and that the allegations and conspiracy theories are getting her heated. So Naomi is swearing innocence here as well, but she's definitely high up on the suspect list. And the other top suspect is probably the most surprising, and would be the biggest twist of them all, and that's Bianca Belair. A lot of fans' first response to Bianca being the attacker is, how could it be Bianca? She was in the ring when the attack happened. And that's not exactly true, and here's why. When the camera showed Jade Cargill laid out backstage, it's clear that a lot of time passed since the attack had actually taken place. Jade is already laid out. Bruises and cuts have already formed on her face by the time the camera is first put on her. A decent amount of time has already passed. It's not like the cameraman caught the exact moment of when Jade was attacked. If that was the case and we actually saw a hooded individual push Jade Cargill down on camera while Bianca Belair was in the ring, then yes, that sort of situation would instantly clear Bianca's name. But considering how the Jade Cargill attack was revealed and shown, it's definitely possible that Bianca attacked her partner backstage and then acted out and faked her reaction once Jade Cargill was found. Another fan theory that's going around out there, that's a little more on the weaker side of theories, is the idea that Jade Cargill faked the attack in order to ruin Bianca's United States title chances and to test Bianca's loyalty. That's definitely an idea to throw into the hat, but Jade Cargill had bruises and everything on her face. Just seems a little unlikely that she would fake all of that. If Jade was just backstage clenching her ankle, then sure, maybe there's more room to look at the idea of Jade faking it, but in this case, Jade Cargill was fully knocked out, bruised and laid out on a broken windshield. Just seems like too much of a fully staged one on her part. So the answer for Jade Cargill's attacker will surely be given in the coming weeks. And you better believe that Jade Cargill will be the one to hunt and find out who really did it and make them pay for all their actions. But for the time being, everyone should definitely keep a close eye on the suspects of Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Bayley, and pretty much all babyfaces on the roster. It just seems like this attack came from a babyface. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.